Hello and welcome to the stream that answers the question, why will Neil get arrested? Thank you for coming here, ladies, gentlemen, and bees. Today is a pre-Christmas stream, which means today is a stream that we need to rush. Because again, the place where I'm in, Christmas is a big thing, and I have to get my shit together with it. So we usually wait for people here. Well, today is not going to be that day. We have to start. There's a lot of news to cover, and there is a lot of shit that is happening around over Christmas in India, especially. Like, I don't know why Christmas is such a heavy topic in India. Christians don't really care. I mean, to be fair, some Christians are as casteist in India as Hindus are. They really go hand in hand together, and so are the Muslims. So, I mean, Jesus, conservatives are a problem in every single religion. Anyway. So the thing in news right now currently is that there is this person who has been crying his ass out. I'm not even joking. He has literally been crying his ass out and going to people and crying about like, oh my God, we have Christmas. Why are you wearing hats? Sanatanis are always this case, but this really pissed me off because first of all, he is really good at rage baiting. Like he is excellent at rage baiting. Honestly, initially I thought he was just like internalized homophobia yukt gay man who is not out. So now he has joined the Sangh Parivar for belonging mostly. And yeah, that was my initial thought on this man. And this man is apparently not gay. He's just a grifter. He's not even like I think he is, I'm not really sure. He is technically from Bangladesh. He came to India, changed his name to Shri Satyanish Arya, and then now acts like a Sanatani idiot. He started as like a liberal grifter and then ended up being a Sanatani grifter. I mean, obviously, like grifting to the right is always easy and it's always like more profitable because, again, most of the right wings are stupid as fuck. I'm not even joking. They are fucking stupid. Anyway, so let's get into this. Hello, Bliss. Thank you for joining. I am sorry. I have to rush today. It is a day where like everything is going to be closed from tomorrow. And I really need to buy some groceries right after. I haven't even had lunch. I can pull a, what do you call this? I can pull a Hassan and eat on stream if you like. But I don't like doing that. Anyway, so let's begin. So this guy, I think everyone has seen this video. Lunch stream ke saath kar lo. Yeah, that isn't. I'm not going to do that. It is very. I always feel weird about it whenever someone's eating on stream. I mean, I will do it eventually, but it's like, dude, I'm sitting hungry myself, and like eating in front of Sanatanis who don't even have the money for a sandwich. Come on, it's like rubbing in the salt for them. They are on their like compulsory fast because Modi has taken away their jobs and unemployment is extremely high. और उनके सामने लंच करूं इतना भी क्रूल नहीं हूं मैं. Anyway, let's watch what shit is going on.
मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूं मिस्टर फादर से, चर्च का फादर से मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि जीसस क्राइस्ट का ग्रंथ का नाम बताओ.
Okay, I didn't understand what he exactly said. Girth ka?
चाहता हूं कि जीसस क्राइस्ट का ग्रंथ का नाम बताओ.
Did he just ask girth? Because, I mean, girth is a very specific thing to ask someone for. I don't know if there are like CCs over here. The point is, this guy is not Hindu. This guy is just grifting to the right. Like this is like, at least you can say like Mohan Bhagwat, who's been crying about anti thugs, low life enabled by top politicians. Grant. Okay, textbook. Okay. So this guy is not even that. This guy is a grifter. He just wants to get famous. That's why he's here. वैसे ग्रंथ. Okay.
हाँ क्या है? The Gospel of John वो सब क्या चीज है? बाइबल क्या चीज है?
He knows it already. He's a fucking grifter.
Manufacture हुआ है. Just tell me. जस्ट टेल मी कहां से मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ है?
Middle East, like around like Palestine. That's where everything started, right? Anyway,
Of course, it was not printed in India. Bharat Varsh.
this guy is apparently not Indian either. Let me just be clear. This guy's name is Sannyur Rehman. He's from Bangladesh apparently, and he goes by Shri Satyanish Arya, and now he's spreading hate against Christians and Muslims. Like,
ये पैदा हुआ ही नहीं था. विदेशी
Not even this dude.
विदेशी भाषाओं का बाइबल हमारे इंडिया में क्या रहेगा नहीं? हमारा क्या है? चारों वेद है, मनुस्मृति है, उपनिषद है.
literally, I can tell you that India couldn't write in that point. Like, even with like Manusmriti, maybe because it came like way later. It is like fucking shitty anyway. The point is like Veds and everything were a verbal tradition. They weren't written until very late. Just like random facts for you. Because again, we are making fun of this guy. This guy, legitimately, I'm not even joking. I initially thought he was gay. He was like, he's under the flag. He's just internalized homophobic. He has internalized the homophobia of the RSS. That's why he's just acting out right now. Apparently, he's just a grifter. I'm an 90s kid. Back when we celebrated all colors of India, especially Christmas, where TV telecasts amazing movies like Home Alone. Now, Grinch stole Christmas, and how Grinch stole Christmas, and how everything's politics. Everything was always politics. Like when I was a kid, I used to get these pamphlets from like random jobless Sangh Parivar people roaming around saying like how Valentine's Day is poisoning everyone, how Christmas is poisoning everyone. It's just always political. Like उनका पूरा setting है ना भाई. Like all they do is this. Like उनका activation code है कि Christmas कब आ रहा है. उनका calendar does not go based on like the 13-14 month calendar that we have, the moon cycle wala. Their calendar is like Gregorian calendar, and their calendar starts with, oh, this is the month we go against Christmas. This is the month we go against Valentine's Day. This is the month we go against Eid. Like literally they don't give a shit about even like Hindu festivals. The only time they celebrate Hindu festivals is when it clashes on with like an Eid or a Christmas or whatever. नहीं, उनका कुछ नहीं है. उनका पहले से political था. As a kid, I enjoyed this season. I actually decorated my house with lights for Christmas plus New Year. It started with Diwali. No one had any... Exactly. Like no one's... Like most probably no one still has any issues. This is only for media. This is only for getting traction at this point. They don't give a shit. यहाँ पे टाइम पास चल रहा है इनका. Like उनका see the thing is अभी जॉबलेस लोग हैं तो अभी पैसा कैसे कमाने का, तो put it on YouTube. Like we covered this earlier, little bit earlier with the influencer problem, with like when like Doberman and Kyrgyzstan were like harassed. These fat guys who are out there, like literally they have no job. They have no job whatsoever. They are just here to like get their dicks hard because like उनका कुछ काम नहीं है, कब कैसे होता नहीं है. They have nothing to be proud of, so they are like wanting to be proud of because of this. Now this guy is different. This guy is literally like a grifter. Like this is quite literally a grifter. This guy has like इसके पास job भी होगा. This is just he's just doing it for popularity. Like the extra long सर पे माथे पे लगाना, पूरा बाल हटा के, looking like a gunda, looking like a spiritual leader, plus acting so much. Like इसका overacting देखो भाई. Like look at him. Actually look at him. His eyes are wide because he needs to show off his eyes. That is the one thing that takes off whether someone is just acting out or not. Because if you are in front of the camera, and I should be doing this myself, like, they will look like this. Mostly because when you have someone's eyes out, it gives you a sense of connection. So he wants to connect with the public. He wants to get likes. I should be showing more of my eyes. I will be like this and we will be popular by tomorrow. Like he's shaking when he's saying it. It's like he's on fucking coke. And then the flip. And then the absolute flip in 5 seconds. How do you? This is practiced.
Korinthians Virgo Devasati mein Dio Yona Prachodaya. Okay?
Like he's still fucking shaking. He has no conviction within it. This is practiced. Like the gaze, the attitude. Like, oh, I'm gonna look out like, oh, I'm so threatening.
Should be. साला इधर बाबरी मस्जिद बन रहा है उसके लिए कोई आवाज नहीं उठा रहा है.
What the fuck? Where did he connect Babri Masjid to like celebrating people celebrating Christmas? Like, okay, I know your ass is very red after Babri Masjid. Like you are always crying over Babri Masjid. Babri Masjid का तुम्हारे side से decision हुआ ना, अभी चुप बैठो ना. घंटे का सर उठा के आ जाते बाबरी मस्जिद. Like they have literally one victory in their pockets, and that one victory is only because every single person involved in giving them the victory was fucking biased. And even at the last minute, and I am like, you can go check, the Babri Masjid case was settled because the Waqif board said we don't want to fight this anymore. Tum le lo. We don't care. That's why it's settled. Even the like Chandrachud is like lying, like, oh my god, like, oh, we have given this landmark whatever decision and we had to do this, and Jesus, like kitna drama karenge right wing wale, I have no fucking clue. Like it's just drama at this point. It is literally just drama. And like the other thing with this drama thing is like Nemo posted this. So this was like, look at this drama. This lady is crying. She's a BJP councillor, Renu Chaudhary. I don't know how to say it in UP. Chaudhary. Let's just say, like, my Marathi accent is coming out. An African man was teaching Indian students, Indian children, football. Fucking football. Like the basics of, like, this is as much as public for the public as it is. Like an African man teaching people football is a good thing because India mein ghanta nobody can play anything. Like every single adult in India is a pot-bellied idiot who can't run for like 5 seconds. उसका हृदय हाथ में आ जाता है. He's like panting so much. So like literally they had someone else come in to teach children, Indian children, football, to how to be healthy, to how to go out and be a bit more healthier, even though like talking about AQI is like a different thing altogether. But fine, he's been doing it for 12 years. Abhi iski क्यों फट रही है? Because now she's like, oh, abhi election आने वाला है, I need to make a name for myself. So now she's crying her ass out on like to this whole idea that I'm going to put this on the internet.
मेरी बात के लिए सीरियस सुन के भी राजी नहीं हो तुम. हिंदी नहीं सीखी. क्यों नहीं सीखी हिंदी? अगर इसने 1 महीने में हिंदी नहीं सीखी, इससे पार्क छीन लो.
Why? How? कैसे? Like what position she's at other than putting on her tika and coming out to be an ass about it? Like literally, she has nothing in her life other than this. She wants to get elected next year, I think. She wants a bigger position.
हंसने की बात रही है, सीरियस बोल रही हो ये? नहीं, 1 महीने से 8 महीने हो गए बताए हुए मुझे. अगर 1 महीने में हिंदी नहीं सीखी, यहाँ का मातृभाषा नहीं सीखी, यहाँ का पैसा खा रहे हो तो मुंह में भी हिंदी बोलना सीखो. मैंने 8 महीने पहले ही बोला था, नहीं हुआ ना. सब लोगों ने, सोसाइटी वालों ने रिक्वेस्ट करी कि हमारे बच्चों को सिखाता है. मैंने छोड़ दिया था. बता रही हूँ तुझे, कहा तो ये पार्क बंद हो जाना चाहिए. कोई भी क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी होगी तो तुम जिम्मेदार हो. कौन है जिम्मेदार दोनों में से? जिम्मेदारी लो. हिंदी 1 महीने में नहीं सीखी.
She's so feckless. Oh my god, she can't even get people to listen to her. Jeez, like she's such a fucking she's so useless. She's never getting elected. She's never being the next what like Rekha Gupta, right? Delhi's current like faceless CM, like Rekha Gupta hi hai na? I think so, yeah. I fucking forget. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, she's like, Rekha Gupta is absolutely powerless in her stance. Like, uske paas kuch nahi hai. She can't say shit. She's like, the only position Rekha Gupta has as a CM is that उसको ऊपर का सुनने का है, and then she needs to get shit on because Modi can't get shit on directly. So AQI का problem आता है बम्बई दिल्ली में. She's the one shit on, but if anything good happens is the Modi government. That is her position. Like Nadda had the same position as the BJP chief. अगर बीजेपी हारी तो इट्स नड्डा, अगर जीती तो इट्स मोदी. लाइक उनके पार्टी में भी ये इशू है. Like Modi never takes a bad news on himself. If you have noticed, her bad news is either Nadda and now this new guy, or Rekha Gupta in Delhi AQI के issue पे. So this lady wants to be Rekha Gupta, but she has no power. She's trying to create the buzz. So next day she's apologizing now.
नमस्कार साथियों, मैं रेनू चौधरी पटपड़गंज वार्ड से. कल से मेरी जो वीडियो काफ़ी वायरल चल रही है उसमें मेरा इरादा किसी को भी ठेस पहुंचाने का नहीं था.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. This was your whole point. You wanted to go viral. That was your whole point. You have no stance. Like, right-wing people have zero ideology other than going viral.
MCD पार्क बच्चों के खेलने के लिए है और उनकी कोचिंग्स वगैरह के लिए. वहाँ पर जो भी सुविधा चाहिए होंगी हम लोग उपलब्ध कर. मेरी भाषा से शैली से किसी को भी दिक्कत महसूस हुई, ठेस पहुंची, उसके लिए खेद व्यक्त करती.
Oh, please, come on. Like this, she should be arrested, to be honest with you, for harassment. She should be arrested. She's not going to because she's a BJP person, but she should be. Like normal situation, she's arrested. She's 100% arrested in any normal situation.
और आशा करती हूँ बच्चे ऐसे ही पार्क में हमेशा खेलेंगे. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Please, Jesus Christ. She's so annoying. She's fucking annoying. I'm sorry. She needs to get arrested. I'm sorry. Like, she needs to get arrested. I don't care. Anyway, let's just go back to Satish because I feel like we haven't talked about him enough because, like, he's a clown and I absolutely find him super funny. And, like, this is how he used. Like, this is him. This is him from like a while ago because there was a whole ass news article about him. He was sheltered in India after attacks. Bangladeshi blogger faces hate speech allegations. That's this guy. Sorry, I said Satish. No. His name is Sannyur. His name is Sannyur. This fucking guy, man. This fucking guy. Hold on. Give me a second. Kohania, can you go to the bedroom, please? Anyway, so this fucking Satish guy, man, is not Jesus. मैं फुकट में सतीश को नाम रख रहा हूँ. Is like Sannyur. So he's one of the people who had asylum from Bangladesh, and he has been decimating hate since a very long time. But Sannyur began resurfacing on social media with videos with a different hue since 2016 because he started in 2013 as saying I'm a proud atheist. And like thank God I'm an atheist, and now shares videos where he's pleading of ghar wapsi, rejoicing on becoming a Sanatani Hindu, and then started how his Hindu brethren in India are exploited, especially in Bengal. Like general hate spewing, like quite literally, he came in 2013. Was like, I'm going to be an atheist blogger and whatever, saw that the BJP is coming in power and like flipped to the right wing and is getting back his like ass in the whole thing. Like this is him from a very early. Come on, move.
Professionally, I'm a graphic designer.
I mean, sorry, graphic designer wale log.
I feel proud that I am an
Sorry,
atheist.
not sorry.
Thank God I am an atheist.
मैं सन्यूर रहमान, मैं सऊदी अरब के एक बांग्लादेशी मुस्लिम परिवार में पैदा हुआ था. मैं सारे सनातनियों भारतवासियों को विनती करना चाहता हूँ, मुझे आप अपनी संस्कृति जो मेरे पूर्वज के धर्म था उसमें वापस आने दें. घर वापसी का जितना भी रीति रिवाज होता है मैं सारे अपनाने के लिए तैयार हूँ. मुझे भारत में नागरिक के तौर में रहने दें.
একটা জিনিস লক্ষ্য করেছেন রবিদা, বাংলাদেশের 95% মানুষই তারা ধর্মকর্ম মানে না এবং ধর্মকর্ম করেও না. ধর্মের বিপক্ষে কোনো মতবাদ শুনলে তারা তেড়ে আসে. কতটা সাম্প্রদায়িক তারা, চিন্তা করে দেখেন একবার.
ঠিকই বলছেন. কে নাস্তিক কি আস্তিক তাতে কি আসে যায়? আমাদের মূল পরিচয়টা কিন্তু আমরা মানুষ.
এইখানে কি কম হয়েছে? মানে এই পশ্চিম বাংলায়, এই বাংলার মাটিতেও তো ধানতলা, দেগঙ্গা, নলিয়াখালী, উস্তি, 5 লাখ, তারপর ধুলাগড়ের মতো আরো কত প্রেম মাখা উপহার যে মুসলিমরা আমাদের দিয়ে গেছে। পশ্চিম বাংলার অত্যাচারিত হিন্দু ভাইরা তো ভালো করেই জানে
He became
যে
such
মুসলিম
a
ভাইরা
fucking
কি সুন্দর এসে
grifter,
গালের
guys.
উপর চুমা দিয়ে
Such a
চলে যায়।
fucking grifter.
তার শরীরে 3
It's
ভাগের
just
2
next
ভাগ
level.
এই তপস্যার আগুনেই তো 47 থেকে আহুতি দিয়েছি।
Like, I
তো সেই
haven't
সময়
seen
থেকে আজ
this
পর্যন্ত
much
আমাদের
flip in
সাফল্যটা কি
anyone.
জানেন? মালদা, মুর্শিদাবাদ, উত্তর দিনাজপুর এইসব জায়গায় হয়েছে কি হিন্দুরা এখন সংখ্যালঘু হয়ে গেছে। আমাদের এই পশ্চিম বাংলায় মুসলিম জনসংখ্যা এখন 30%-এর উপরে। শালা মুসলিম জনসংখ্যা
কতটা সেফ আজকে ডেটে দাঁড়িয়ে?
না, অবশ্যই না। এখানে পশ্চিমবঙ্গ কোনোভাবেই সেফ না, কারণ যেভাবে এখানে মুসলিম তোষণ চলছে, বিভিন্ন রাজনৈতিক দলরা যারা আছে, তো এই মুসলিম তোষণ এবং উন্নয়ন দুইটা একসাথে কখনোই চলতে পারে না। হয় মুসলিম তোষণ করুন, যেটা 1400 বছর পুরানো।
See, I don't understand Bengali. I'm sorry. I can't translate this for you. If you have a translation, please let me know. But like he flipped where the money is so fast. And I mean, if he's getting money out of it, good for him, I guess. But like, he's harassing people for absolutely no reason other than just harassment. Absolutely none reason. Like, he is quite literally going out of his way to make a video of himself being Sanatani, Ghar Vapsi kind of a guy. Fucking grifters, man. Like, and like, you have to realize कितने गधे होते हैं राइट विंग वाले लोग, कितने गधे होते हैं. Like, they literally accept anyone. Like, their umbrella is huge as long as you're like Sanatani, and they are so fucking stupid. Like, उनके पास ना उनका धर्म है, ना उनके पास ना कुछ है. All they need is like a guy standing up and like claiming he's a Sanatani just for the fucking bag. And like, you can see it with literally everyone. Like, every single person who's claiming to be a Hindu, Sanatani or whatever, like fucking Republic TV has flipped because the bag is in the other court now. Arnab Goswami, who has been crying his ass out for the BJP government, has flipped because there is no bag anymore. Because Hiren Joshi is out now. There is no one telling them what to do, what not to do, or kitna paisa milega for every single fucking news. And they just have flipped. This is fun. Like, they are breaking apart as we speak. Like, it is funny as fuck. We have some other videos we have to like, but then again, what they do is not still like, it has physical manifestations where, and like, this is harmful manifestations what they actually are spreading, even though it is funny because Indian public is Indian public, where 2 churches were torched, several injured as burial dispute sparks violence in Chhattisgarh. So I believe this is about a man who's trying to bury his father, and it was not allowed. Then we have this church attack in Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh.
लगातार आदिवासी समाज द्वारा अपने एरिया अंदर घुस गए लोग, दरवाजा तोड़ा जा रहा है, दरवाजा तोड़ने के बाद दरवाजा तोड़ दिया गया, दरवाजा तोड़ दिया गया.
This is not because of anything other than just religious and political violence to suppress the Christian community in India. And this has been the case for quite a while. This is another one. The Bajrang Dal goons are stormed a peaceful Christian worship, intimidated women and children, demanded Aadhaar IDs and proofs of permission to pray. As Indians, you have permission to pray, no matter what. But these guys don't agree. These guys think everyone is a fucking like conversionist or whatever. These guys, because the whole job of like an RSS goon, RSS Gunda is getting popularity, making his name within his circle, and then pressuring minorities into shutting up. So they are not. We saw this with SIR anyway. Like, the most people that were removed by the SIR were minorities. They are pressuring them. This is called apartheid, by the way. This is quite literally called apartheid. That's what apartheid looks like, at least in the beginning. And then laws come in where you're not allowed to do anything. We have another update, correction. This happened in Ghaziabad, UP. Pastor and his wife were detained, questioned, and released on allegations of conversion, which is not fucking true.
गेट बंद कर दे बाहर से एक बार.
Oh, this is Sannyur Rehman again. This is the same thing. This is the continuation, I think.
अगर इसमें एक भी हिंदू परिवार मुझे मिला, ठीक है, आपकी भाई एक बात सुन लो, अगर इस परिवार में सारे अगर हिंदू हुए, एक भी परिवार हिंदू हुआ इस वाले प्रांगण में, एक भी हिंदू परिवार हुआ तो इसका इलाज करूंगा भाई। अगर इसमें एक भी हिंदू परिवार मुझे मिला, ठीक है।
This guy is a gunda, by the way. This is literally a gunda. This guy wants to get elected. This is Ghaziabad's next CM.
मैं अगर एक भी हिंदू परिवार हुआ तो फिर आपको नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा, जितने भी आप यहाँ बैठे। ठीक है, आप बैठ जाओ। अरे आप बैठ जाओ, खड़ा रहे।
Then we have this. They are like literally like they are approaching people for wearing fucking hats now. Like उनका प्रॉब्लम अभी टोपियों से है.
है क्या ये क्यों पे फालतू कर रहे हो अभी? अपने घर में बनाओ जो बनाना जाके। अपने घर में जाओ यहाँ से। टोपियों से उतार के क्या ड्रामा रचो मत जाओ।
Like literally for wearing hats, they are accusing them of conversion. For wearing a fucking hat, like mind you, this is the hat that literally anyone can wear. It's just a fucking hat. Like Santa also doesn't have any religious like connotations. Santa, okay, quite literally, if you want to argue, Santa has religious connotations to Odin, to Norse mythology, because Santa was initially came from Odin. I'm not even joking. You can check this out. That is like, oh, now you have a problem with being Greek. No, sorry, you have a problem with being Norse. What the fuck? This is so fucking annoying.
हाँ घर जाओ, सीधा घर जाओ। हाँ जाओ, घर जाओ, सीधा सीधा घर जाओ। ये किसी को पर्चा हुआ देखते हुए दिखना जाए, सीधा घर जाओ, अपने घर जाओ सीधा। ये तो साजिश है, जब ये देखो ना, पढ़ो ना, ये देखो पढ़ो उसमें क्या। हाँ वो तो देखो, जब भी धर्म के नाम पर वो कर रहे, जब भी लोग साथ दे रहे हैं।
This by definition is what you call apartheid. Just go check. By definition, this is apartheid. Sending people home because they are celebrating their religion or whatever, a holiday. Like Christmas isn't even like a holiday. Like it's not like a Christian holiday, even if it is comes out to be in India. No, like in India, you don't even give out gifts, to be honest with you. It's just like whatever. Just do it, come back home, spend time with people. You don't have to go to a church, whatever. It is just a normal fucking holiday, and this is why this is called apartheid. Like if you have ever wondered why I keep screaming, oh shit, this is apartheid, India is becoming an apartheid state, this is fucking why. Because this is quite literally what apartheid looks like. Like a clash broke out between Hindutva organizations. This is Hate Detector, by the way, on Twitter. Community in Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur, during Christmas event where blind and deaf students were invited to church hosted gathering. Workers of several Hindutva organizations, including Bajrang Dal, VHP, which is the Vishwa Hindu Prasad, both of them terrorist organizations. Also, the BJP city vice president Anju Bhargav alleged religious conversions. In a viral video, Bhargav was seen shouting at a blind woman trying to hit her, while a police officer attempted to pacify the situation. The Christmas event was held in a community hall behind Hawabag Church. Like this is not in the open. This is like their own property. They invited people for the blind. Again, blind and deaf. This is organized for the blind and deaf to make them feel good. And then this happens. And Bajrang Dal is quite literally attacking people who are blind and deaf. Like, do you think Hanuman would be happy at attacking someone who's blind and deaf? The BJP guy literally, guy or girl? Hold on. Anju, maybe a girl. Okay. The BJP woman is literally attacking a blind woman. Play bitch. At least she didn't shake her fist at the blind woman to what? I don't understand it. Like, imagine how much of a dredge of society you have to be to attack a blind woman. Literally blind. Do you see this absolute amount of shit that is going on here? I still have hope, Bliss, that we are still becoming and not have become. I still have the hope. That's why all of this. If we had already become everything, and if I truly believe that there is no going back, I wouldn't be doing any of this. This woman should be jailed. Uspe POXO laga, UAP laga, because this is terrorist organizations. Yeah, I know, but we have to. We have to watch this. We have to understand what is happening here. A blind woman is being attacked for going to a church. How dare they? Honestly, how dare they? Fucking blind woman, guys. Blind fucking woman. They are harassing a blind woman for the crime of going to a church on Christmas. That what most of us do anyway. Not because we are for Christians, is because they give free food. Hell, we go to langars for free food. Like, we should stop that too, because apparently... And she might be Christian, you never know. Uska religion hoga, uska devotion hoga. Like, tumko ghanta ki padi hai? Like, literally blind woman. She is literally attacking a blind woman. This is called harassment. This is an offense in every single country. This is quite literally targeting minorities at the worst of the worst. No. Forget memes. This is not memes. We are not going to make a joke out of this. This is serious. She needs to go to jail. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to always maintain this. We cannot make fun of this. Like, making fun of this is the last thing we should be doing at this point, because when we make fun of this, we give it our permission that now it's funny. I can't read. But RSS terrorists are arrested by Kerala police, which is always a good thing. Oh, okay. They're coming out of sequence. Okay. The point still remains. Like, we need to talk about all of this bullshit that is going on right now, because it's absolutely disgraceful. Like, it is disgraceful as Indians. This is disgraceful as humans. You don't attack blind people. I don't care if you are the BJP, if you're the RSS, or if you're anyone on this fucking planet. If you attack blind people, which, mind you, even dogs wouldn't do, you are a disgrace to this country and to being humans. Like, you are lower than fucking humans. You are a cockroach on this earth if you're attacking blind people. It's just cockroaches, man. These are cockroaches of India. I'm sorry. Like, these guys are literally lower than low. BJP has fallen to the point where you cannot recover from it anymore. Like, we have grifters like the Sannyur guy. We have, again, political grifters like Renu lady, or whatever her name was, because I again forgot her fucking name, Renu Chaudhary lady. And then we have this lady. My comments, and then we are surprised the Hondas are mistreated. Withheld maybe what? See, the thing is, withheld, yeah, that reminds me, which is good, because that's the next thing we are getting to. So we are going to talk about news that has been withheld in India. We are going to talk about something which is absolutely serious. 15... No, not 15. Hold on. I need to get my fucking facts right, because unlike like right-wing people, I get my facts right. Yeah, 15 Indian Army officers have quit. Let me just post it up. Excuse me. So this information is not available on the Indian server. So like this, you can call this an fucking exclusive. Where is this? Yeah. And okay, let's just start again. Yeah. So this information is not available on the Indian server. So this is an exclusive, let's say Papaksh exclusive, because the account has been withheld. Second thing is that no, we have been talking about this for the longest time. You can go back to like the first dreadful stream that I did where I was the only one there, and maybe there was Amit, and then there was Amit. Yeah, that even in that part, we were the only one talking about it. We have been talking about it consistently from the start. And I'm just going to mention this. We are the only ones talking about this. No one else even dares to talk about this. So follow and subscribe and share. Get this news out.
Movement of reckoning for India's military establishment, 15 Indian Army officers have resigned, all within the last 72 hours, over what they describe as unconstitutional and extrajudicial deployments in Jammu.
So there have been extrajudicial deployments in Kashmir. That is why these 15 army officers have said that they're resigning from the army unit. Normally, it is not allowed. And these are not like Shipai. These are army officers. Like even within the hierarchical system of the Indian Army, even within this system, yes, I'm getting to it. Seeing 15 army officers resigning is a big thing because they never do, because they do not get affected by any of this. They are the ones giving the commands. This is extrajudicial deployments. You know what that means? That someone in the army is getting their like deployment orders either directly from the government without consultation from the parliament. They are getting their orders directly from their officers in a hush-hush way that, hey, this is not on the books. You have to go. You have to do this. You have to do that. And this is not something, let's be clear. This is not something new. Indian Army has done this before. This is getting worse and worse, and we'll get to it. We'll get to the reason why it's getting worse and worse, especially under the Modi government.
Jammu and Kashmir. The resignations come amidst a sweeping operational shift as the government increases troop presence across the valley. One of the most powerful voices among them is that of Major Arshad Rehman Khan, service number 06/AR/1298, commissioned into the infantry in July 2009. In his resignation letter, Major Arshad makes damning revelations, stating, and I quote, "I resigned because the orders no longer matched the oath I took." He describes night raids that shattered families, detentions without warrants, and a military culture increasingly resembling what he chillingly calls, and again I quote, an attempt to turn Kashmir into another Gaza. According to sources, the recent resignations are not isolated. They coincide with new undisclosed SOPs issued in the Northern Command, involving expanded surveillance and detention protocols without judicial review. In perhaps the most striking line of his letter, Major Arshad writes, "To those still serving, remember the oath was to the Constitution and the people. Power passes, consequences remain."
So what is happening right now? And you heard it by the news itself. I'm surprised this was pushed on NDTV itself. But the army is being told to move, which is not in sync with the Constitution of India. Their oath was supposed to be to the Constitution, but they are asked to do extrajudicial movements and movements within Kashmir. This includes, and let's say allegedly includes, killing, detention, murders. We know for a fact that there have been protests before against the Indian Army for rapes by the women of Kashmir. There have been protests before in the Indian Army raping women in Kashmir. It is not a secret. You can go check when this video is going to come in. We will put the information right here. So, I mean, it should be here right now if you watch this video later and not as a stream. Moving. So why is this happening? there's a very good reason why this is happening. Not like good reason in general that this is good, but like there's a direct reason why this is happening. It is that the Modi government and their Hindutva agenda. Northeast has raised the same problems about rape in the past too. Yes, that is true. The Indian rape is used by armies as a way of suppressing the populace. It is a thing that they have done. Like we are talking about Israel anyway right now. So there's a reason why this is happening. This is happening because the Modi government is extremely close to the Israeli government, and the Modi government wants to do the same as they did with as Israel is doing with Gaza. That's why even in the person's letter, the state is similar to Gaza, because that is what they want to do in India as well. We have been warning this from the start of the channel, even before. If you have ever been to spaces, I've always been screaming this, that please pay attention. India wants to do the same thing in Kashmir as Israel is doing in Gaza. That's why we buy missiles from them, we buy technology from them, we buy the plan to manage Kashmir has been adopted directly from how Israel plans and works with Gaza. It is not just free Palestine anymore, it is free Kashmir as well from atrocities. This has gone for way too long. The people of Kashmir have been oppressed for way too long. This is an apartheid, this is a genocide at the end of the day. Rather, it's not an genocide right now. That was a misspeak. They're trying to do one. The only thing stopping them right now is the support of a country like America to support them in the UN when they do it. That is the only barrier for the Modi government right now. Once that happens, it's game over for the people of Kashmir. They're already hated, even though they support India. They're already hated, even though they have protected Indians during Pahalgam. But Pahalgam is going to be used as an excuse to kill them. We know this. We have seen this. This has happened. One day after Pahalgam, the first thing the Modi government and their Godi media has told people is like, oh, look, it's the Kashmiris that are hiding the terrorists, which was not true. Let's not talk about, oh, after Pahalgam, the first thing that happened was we never found the people who were responsible. The people came in and lived on our land for like, what, a month? The security was lax. The security was removed right before. Yes, I did cross-verify it. Yeah, no, I'll look for it again. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything. Okay, so this is Discord. Join the Discord. If this ends up being not true or whatever, we'll just remove it and I'll issue an apology. But when this video comes in, you will have the information verified right over here. So don't worry about it. Bliss is talking to me on Discord. She's texting on Discord. So so join the Discord. That is a direct move into this. Also, there's a good chance that you're not going to find anything if you're looking through India, because this already is withheld in India. I don't think this news is ever going to be out. I mean, this looks real, to be honest with you. I'll check again and I'll post it here. Don't worry. All the news that we cover right now is from, we are going to recheck everything again. Don't worry about it. That's why it takes so long for me to release the goddamn videos. Even the Sham Sharma video, the only reason it's not out is because I'm cross-checking everything we have said in the video and then cross-checking everything, double-checking, just so, because we have a responsibility to put out real news and verify the news that we talk about. And I am not ashamed to be saying this out loud. I understand that you're texting me on the moderator chat, but I'm not ashamed of this. The whole point of this channel is to push forward this idea that we are all human and we need this news out. But even doing that, people can make mistakes. You can always apologize. It's fine. We are not the news about the Indian army working in Israel. Sorry, the Indian army doing the same shit as Israelis is not fake news. It is quite real. That is like, we have taken so much from Israel in how to control the population of Kashmir. And we will get to it. Don't worry. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I just need to go grab the link because this has been quite a busy day today. Where is this? Where is this? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I should not have these things, but fine. Whatever. So this channel is also withheld in India, as you can see. So we are just going to watch this on YouTube. Okay. So this is a CJ Wellerman show. This is 11 minutes. I'm going to give it to you guys to watch it. I'm not going to interfere because again, this thing is withheld in India. This was withheld back right after Pahalgam for whatever reason, because the Indian government does not want you to listen to this, which is stupid. Like, you should not be withholding channels like this.
Feel how the strengthening alliance between Israel and India is encouraging fascism and Zionist impunity, along with anti-Muslim violence around the world. But first, please remember to like and subscribe to our show. Now, let's get into it. Here's a statement that you don't hear nearly often enough, but it's one that needs to be said loudly and clearly right now. And that is, you can't oppose Zionism without also opposing Hindu nationalism. Given both ideologies take inspiration from the Nazis, and given Israel and India have become indispensable allies in the global war against Muslims. You see, they not only sell and transfer weapons to each other, but they also work together to incite and inspire hatred against Islam in the West to garner support for their respective military occupations in Palestine and Kashmir. It's not for nothing that India is the greatest source of pro-Israel disinformation since October 7th. And it's also not for nothing that India and Israel is responsible for the overwhelming majority of anti-Muslim hatred on social media. Soon, India will follow Israel's lead by defying international law to commit genocide in occupied Kashmir, where the Modi regime says it will implement the Israel model, meaning Kashmiri Muslims are in grave danger of being displaced and killed in the name of Indian self-defense. A nightmare scenario that inched ever closer on July 8, when Israel and India finalized an investment protection deal aimed at reinforcing the fascist and criminal policies of both regimes, while providing impunity for each other's crimes against humanity. This is about shielding each other from prosecution and economic boycotts, but under the guise of an investment relationship. A move human rights experts have described as terrifying, and one that will surely bear lethal consequences for marginalized communities.
Okay, so first things first, I was just sent this information that this is extremely new, that we have to apologize for this because apparently this news ended up coming out as fake, which is again not surprising. So this was apparently, what is the actual video? Can you, okay, hold on, you can't see this. Shit, sorry, that's my bad.
Northern Command involving expanded surveillance and detention protocols without judicial review. In perhaps the most striking line of his remember all across South Asia, particularly in India, where there have been numerous terror attacks from the Indian Parliament to Pulwama. But the latest one has been in New Delhi, the first ever suicide bombing at the Red Fort on the 10th of November. At least 13 people were killed and more than 30 were injured. But what is the story behind the entire Jaish-e-Mohammed and its founder, Maulana Masood Azhar? Joining us right now here to discuss this and more.
Apparently we were wrong. Anyway, the truth is still that the Kashmir thing is real. I'm so sorry. It is still that Kashmir is treated as Gaza by
in both countries,
and the Indian government.
But particularly for 200 million Muslims in India. You see, Israel, with its economy and reputation in tatters, is desperately seeking to restore investor confidence as hostility and apathy towards the Zionist state continues to spike upwards in Western countries. At the heart of this deal is an understanding that India will support Israel's savagery and criminality against Palestinians, with Israel scratching India's back by supporting the Indian government's violent crackdown on Muslims in India and Kashmir. This deal comes on top of long-standing military cooperation between the two countries.
India loves Israel. Just look at the numbers. India is the biggest purchaser of Israeli weapons, spending around $2.9 billion over the last decade on military hardware and defense tech. And for Israel, the feeling is mutual.
Is that as Israel and India become closer, the weapons manufacturing that will come out of India will become broader, will become bigger. It will also expand to other countries.
The slaughter of upwards of 400,000 Palestinians in Gaza has inspired Hindu nationalists to dish up the same horrors to India's Muslim minority today, which should surprise no one, given Zionist terror inspired the Hindu ideology more than a century ago, when its founding father wrote, "If Zionist dreams of a Jewish state in Palestine are ever realized, it will gladden us as much as our Jewish friends." His words characterize the Hindu for Zionist alliance, one that is built on shared goals and shared hatred, with both India and Israel rejecting pressure to uphold international human rights and humanitarian law, which explains why Zionist and Hindu for hate preachers sound very much alike. Both refer to Muslims and Palestinians as animals, terrorists, and infiltrators.
אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק. הכל סגור. אנחנו נלחמים בחיות אדם.
पहले जब उनकी सरकार थी उन्होंने कहा था कि देश की संपत्ति पर पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का है। इसका मतलब ये संपत्ति इकट्ठी करके किसको बांटेंगे? जिनके ज्यादा बच्चे हैं उनको बांटेंगे, घुसपैठियों को बांटेंगे। क्या आपकी मेहनत की कमाई का पैसा
200 million Muslims living in India. That's the second largest Muslim population in the world. And you're saying that wherever Muslims live, there's...
If Muslims become more than 30%, that country is in danger.
That sounds like hatred. That sounds like language of hatred.
It's easy to say hatred. I'm being kind to them by not letting them come to India.
This is quite literally called apartheid. I'm not even joking. This is what you call apartheid.
Muslims do not deserve
India is an
equal
apartheid
rights
state. I'm so
to
sorry. That is absolutely true at this point. Like, India should be on the
It's often
apartheid
been
index.
said
I don't
that
know why it
Israeli
isn't.
weapons
I
are
mean,
tested
maybe
on
it is.
Palestinians and then sold to India to be used on Muslims in Kashmir. But today, this new so-called investment deal will only make things measurably worse, because Israel will not only supply India with a majority of its weaponry needs to crush resistance in Indian-occupied Kashmir, but also India will supply Israel with the means to continue its genocide in Gaza and the occupied West Bank.
What makes no sense whatsoever is that India should partner itself with the Israelis in this absolutely horrendous venture, a venture that has been condemned by the International Court of Justice as well as by the International Criminal Court. It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
It's critically important to understand that both Zionism and Hindu nationalism draw inspiration from the Nazis.
All right, some breaking news
with
now
Israel
coming in
transforming
from...
Gaza into the equivalent of the Warsaw Ghetto as Hindu extremists celebrate Hitler and his hateful ideology.
Adolf Hitler and his Nazi regime redefined genocide in the 20th century. But what if I told you that the same Hitler is in fact a bestseller in India? Yes, Hitler's autobiography Mein Kampf, which actually means My Struggle, sells on pavements, traffic signals and bookshops across India.
The founding father of the Hindu ideology said Hindus should do to Muslims what the Nazis did to the Jews. A blatant call for genocide, to be sure, but one that was answered by hundreds of millions of Hindus when they voted for Narendra Modi in 2014. This is a man who seized the country's highest office after inciting a genocide against Muslims in the Indian state of Gujarat, where Modi served as chief.
One thing to point out here, the only person who can say that Modi organized this and has pushed and did this himself is quite literally in jail, extrajudicially as well. He is not given bail. He's not given anything. So the only witness to this is in jail, has been put in jail by the government. He recently, and just after that, after Modi came into power, both Amit Shah and Modi got a clean sheet right after, when this IPS officer's plea was not even considered, even for bail. Here in MBA, they recommend Mein Kampf to learn how to be a leader, not... Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? Really? That's absolute fucking shit. How to be a leader from fucking Mein Kampf? What is fucking wrong with these people? And why are you still at the university?
Chief Minister in the early 2000s. These headlines describe how Modi's three prime ministerial terms have delivered only deadly violence against Muslims and other religious minorities. Nearly 100% of all mob lynching attacks to occur in India's history took place during Modi's first 5-year term. His second term ushered in another surge of anti-Muslim violence, as his third and current term incites a record number of hate crimes against Muslims and Christians.
India is home to more than 213 million Muslims, the largest religious minority in the country. But a string of recent attacks has left many wondering if they're safe in their homeland.
How is it possible that an hour away from the national capital, you have hate rallies asking for boycott and apartheid and ethnic cleansing, and the state cannot arrest the perpetrators? Our forefathers fought for the liberation of this country from the British. To have then to prove your Indianness to the country is the ultimate humiliation. It is exhausting for an Indian Muslim to constantly prove his Indianness, to constantly say, hey, I love my country.
Modi and his party have stripped Muslims of their citizenship, passed laws to demolish mosques and Islamic schools, encourage violence against Muslims during Islamic holidays, and encourage Hindus to boycott Muslim businesses.
Avian, you're new, I guess. When will they migrate to other Muslim countries? Who? RSS people? I don't know. Eventually, I think they will. Unka ideology same hi hai. They'll find it very common with Islamists because quite literally their ideology, RSS ideology and Islamic ideology is quite literally the same. They all like, the problem is quite literally the conservatives. Conservative ideologies are same. They oppress exactly the same way as everyone else. So it's like you can talk about Christian conservatives, Islam conservatives, or Hindutva conservatives. All of these are extremists, and all of these have the same ideology what they push, and they shit on minorities accordingly. This is what they're doing here. This is what they do in Kashmir, because they want to do an Israel-like solution in Kashmir. And we have been going towards that whole thing since the beginning.
किसी भी मुसलमान दुकानदार से किसी भी प्रकार का सामान का खरीदी बिक्री नहीं करेंगे.
Hate crimes and other forms of violence will continue to surge upwards as Israel helps the Indian government crush rising dissent towards its pro-Israel policies. Here you see Muslims arrested in Delhi for protesting outside the Israeli embassy. These are truly remarkable scenes, because here you have a persecuted Muslim minority on the brink of its own genocide, risking arrest and worse to protest against a genocide taking place in Palestine. This is truly something. And I can tell you this, that having covered India for years as a journalist, I can tell you that the country's Muslim minority really does represent the best of humankind. They are ready and willing to risk everything defending Gaza, while their own government criminalizes pro-Palestinian activism and the religion of Islam for all intents and purposes. As Indian Muslims are...
Why are... Again, see, the one thing with this chat is like you have to explain what the reds are. Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are arrested and threatened during prayer and arrested for wearing pro-Palestine t-shirts and burning Israeli flags, despite both forms of protests being protected as acts of free speech under the Indian constitution. And at the same time Israel has bombed and bulldozed Gaza to ashes and dust, India is bulldozing thousands of mosques along with tens of thousands of Muslim-owned homes and businesses. It demolished the homes of 1,400 Muslim families on July 8, after demolishing another 8,500 homes the month before.
The demolition of Muslim-owned properties continues in India despite a Supreme Court ban in November 2024. Last year, India faced legal pushback over the practice of demolishing Muslim-owned homes, shops and religious sites, also known as bulldozer justice.
The Indian government is aggressively banning and blocking social media accounts that expose
See,
human
we
rights
know all
abuses.
of this before already. It's not new to us. The only reason we are going through it again and again and again is people need to understand this point and internalize this, that India is going through an apartheid state. Neo-commies, because they are not conservatives. Neo-commies or even commies are not conservatives whatsoever. And even so they do not follow through conservative Hindus or Christians. Like commies in general, if they are Marxists or Marxist-Leninists or whatever, do not follow through religion. Even though CPIM is known to beat up Palestinians or Palestinian supporters, they still, on principle at least, are still anti-religion, because communism in itself is atheistic as such. Capitalism requires you to have like something to control the populace. Okay, awkward. I'm not going to say this first three words, okay? But they surely need to recommend Das Capital, but they are not ready for that. Yeah, they are not. They really need to recommend Capital instead. Anyway, the point is, Indian Muslims and Kashmiris have been oppressed by the Indian community for way too long at this point. Like, that's why we see so many issues going on overall. Because India is going through an apartheid system in general. Like, we are trying to be more and more like Israel. The only thing that's stopping us is people like America not supporting it. And America doesn't support it because of its own. Like, the only reason America supports Israel in the first place is because they pay them money. Like, their own money. And like the people on the top get rich. Other than that, there's literally... America wouldn't have supported Israel anyway. Like, also, Israel is like the entryway for America to get into the Arabic regions and push their ideology. Like what they're doing with Venezuela, they can't do it directly within the Middle East. I mean, they tried with Iraq, but it blew up in their face. So now they're doing it with all of this bullshit. Anyway. There is one more thing we wanted to watch here, was the perspective of what is going on between India, Pakistan, and Kashmir. Give me just 1 second. Where is the fucking link? Sorry, today is a bit... The links aren't like ready back to back, mostly because I do not have the time today. So... and I always do not want to depend on Bliss to do most of the work. She's the best, but I feel very bad whenever I ask her for something. Anyway. So this is an explainer, a 30-minute explainer about the conflict that is going on between India, Pakistan, and the fight over Kashmir, and why, and the shit that is happening in Kashmir. We have to know this as Indians. We have to. There is no other choice. At least if you are someone who is an ardent supporter of the BJP and what they are doing in Kashmir, at least know what your government is doing. At least know what your supporters are doing.
Kashmir, a beautiful mountainous region that's also one of the most militarized.
Okay, there's just one more thing. I'm going to be quickly back, okay, guys? Watch this. I'm to whoever new is there, hi, hello, please do subscribe and like. We are watching this. Please do watch it from the start. Again, when it's done, I will also post like clips from this, like shit that we covered as 3-4 clips, but we are still lagging behind with the last clips as well, mostly because I do a lot of background checking on whatever we have said as well. Plus, we need an editor. We really need an editor. So if you know an editor who's willing to work, drop me his or her information.
Places in the world.
And I'll be back.
Because this land is disputed. It's claimed by India and Pakistan. And every so often, things flare up. Around 15 million people live in Kashmir, and they're caught in the middle of it all.
It's not easy for us. It's It's not easy for us Kashmiris.
They say when two elephants fight, it's the grass that is trampled upon. We are the grass.
Some people are scared to talk openly about what's going on.
You always feel like somebody is watching.
So what's behind that fear? And why is Kashmir such a hot spot? Kashmir is all carved up. This is the part that India controls. It's got the biggest population. This is the part that Pakistan controls. This bit is controlled by China, although barely anyone lives there. The main territorial dispute is really between India and Pakistan. India claims all of Kashmir. Pakistan claims most of it, but does recognize China's claim. Now, when people talk about conflict in Kashmir, it can actually mean different things. Think about it in three layers. There's the big rivalry between India and Pakistan. There are also tensions in India-administered Kashmir between people there and the Indian government. And there are divisions among Kashmiris themselves when it comes to questions of identity and belonging, i.e. whether they want to be part of Pakistan, India, or independent. Let's start with that first one, because these two nuclear powers have basically been fighting over this region since 1947. That's when British India was split into two independent countries, Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority Pakistan. Kashmir was a semi-autonomous state within British India, and its population was, and still is, majority Muslim. But its leader, the Maharaja, was Hindu.
Kashmir presented a dilemma. The ruler was Hindu. The majority was Muslim. It was contiguous to both India and Pakistan geographically.
The Maharaja was told to decide which country Kashmir should join. And for reasons that are still debated today, he ended up going with India. And that triggered the first major war between India and Pakistan.
When the Maharaja acceded to India, open warfare broke out in the fair land of Kashmir.
Pakistan felt that because of this large Muslim majority, this entire princely state should rightfully come to Pakistan.
For more than a year, the bitter fighting continued.
I am back.
Finally,
Thank you for
in early
waiting.
1949, a ceasefire between Pakistan and India was effected through the United Nations.
And the ceasefire line became a de facto border, what's now called the line of control. It's more than 700 kilometers long.
And so that's basically what divides the side of Kashmir that India controls from the side of Kashmir that Pakistan controls.
The UN also called for a vote, or plebiscite, to ask the people of Kashmir whether they wanted to be part of India or Pakistan. But that vote never happened, and Kashmir's status is still unresolved.
And it's really that denial of that plebiscite that remains the root of this issue.
Okay, when we talk about India and Kashmir and Pakistan, we have to understand it. Both of the sides are at a problem. It is not just India, it is not just Pakistan. Both sides had an issue, and the only people who die in this scenario are Kashmiris, which is the problem, which is what we need to push back against. The whole idea behind talking about this over and over and over again is to make people understand that whenever shit like this happens, we need to push back for the lives of Kashmiris, not the lives of you and me. And our lives are not going to be affected. Kashmiris are. Because no matter what happens, Kashmir is pulled and pushed by Pakistan, India, and China for its land, not its people. Nobody gives a shit about its people. That's the problem. And in India, like whenever shit goes wrong, we blame Kashmiris first, even though they are on our side most of the time.
That Kashmiris should think of themselves as Indians. Pakistan believes that Kashmiris are actually Pakistanis. So both countries have made possession of the disputed territory a cornerstone of their respective national identities as sovereign states.
Now, India and Pakistan ended up fighting 2 more wars over Kashmir, in 1965 and in 1999. But it's not just those wars. Over the decades, heavy fighting has repeatedly broken out across the line of control. And whenever things get tense between India and Pakistan, it usually plays out in Kashmir.
This has made the life of border communities, people on both sides, living on or close to the LOC, absolutely miserable whenever there's been a flare-up.
There is always like a fragile thread in the landscape of Kashmir that things can turn.
ज़हनी तौर पर वहाँ के लोग बहुत ज़्यादा मुतासर होते हैं क्योंकि कोई अंदाज़ा नहीं होता है कि किस टाइम बमबारी हो जाए, किस टाइम ना हो.
In May 2025, we saw how quickly things can escalate in Kashmir.
India launching a military operation targeting what it calls terrorist infrastructure inside Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir.
India and Pakistan have been exchanging a barrage of fire across the line of control.
All that was triggered by an attack in India-administered Kashmir. 26 mainly Indian tourists were shot and killed. India said the gunmen were linked to Pakistan. Pakistan denied having anything to do with the attack. Now, these kinds of claims and counterclaims come up again and again. And that gets us into another layer of the Kashmir conflict, the tensions within India-administered Kashmir itself. Now, there are three regions: Ladakh, the Jammu region, and the Kashmir Valley. And that's where there's been the most tension, and where many Kashmiris have been pushing back against Indian control for decades. They say their rights have been trampled on by the Indian government.
For various reasons, the population of the Kashmir Valley has been chronically disaffected with Indian authority since the 1950s.
Over the years, there have been big popular uprisings calling for more autonomy or independence. In the late 1980s, various armed groups emerged.
We want complete independence both from India and Pakistan.
But different groups had different aims. It wasn't just about independence. Some wanted to join Pakistan. It was a pretty violent period. There were bombings and attacks, often targeting Indian security forces. Now here's where Pakistan comes back in, because India has always accused its neighbor of supporting these groups and stoking violence in Kashmir, what India refers to as Pakistan-sponsored cross-border terrorism. Now, officially, Pakistan denies backing any of these groups, but many experts believe there has been some level of involvement.
Pakistani governments have generally claimed that they extend only moral and diplomatic and political support to the Kashmiri struggle for self-determination, but that has always been disingenuous. The Pakistanis have a long record of supporting insurgency in Indian-administered Kashmir by providing weapons, training, and funds.
So Pakistan has militarily helped the freedom struggle in Kashmir. But to kind of paint this like narrative where it's these Pakistan-sponsored groups and Kashmiris don't have any agency, I think is problematic.
Okay, so there's this long history of discontent and violence in India-administered Kashmir. Then, in 2019, the Indian government tightened its control. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his ruling party, the BJP, changed Kashmir's status in the Indian constitution. They revoked Article 370. This had given Kashmir a special semi-autonomous status, allowing it to have its own constitution, flag, and government.
The argument made was that by the BJP, Article 370, instead of guaranteeing autonomy and providing special rights, what was actually happening is that it was giving psychologically a fillip for secessionism and for militant insurgencies. That argument has been on the charter of the BJP ever since its conception, ever since its beginnings as a party.
साथियों, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है इस नई व्यवस्था के तहत हम सब मिलकर आतंकवाद, अलगाववाद.
So the whole thing, the removal of Article 370 was an effort by the BJP to, at least on paper, to say that, oh, it is the article that is hindering like peace in Kashmir. It is the article that is hindering all of it. And since the removal of that article, the BJP has consistently asked the judiciary of India for more and more time because it keeps saying that there is no peace in Kashmir and they have not been able to manage it. Removal of the article was a failure. And all it did was legitimize occupation more and more by the Indian state. That's all it did. You could have kept the autonomy. You could have kept everything and helped the people, and they would have supported you through it. Because Kashmiris at the end of the day do not want to be part of Pakistan, and some of them also do not want to be part of India. But I assume, rather, the part that is within India have always said that they want to be part of India. But the Indian government has never accepted them because they are Muslims. And that is the problem. Kashmir would have been easier to handle if the government was good to them.
Modi's government also split the region into two new administrative areas known as Union Territories. That, plus scrapping Article 370, basically gave the government much more direct control over the region. It was super controversial. They also enforced a major security crackdown. Thousands of extra troops were deployed, there were mass arrests and curfews, politicians were jailed, and communications were cut off for months.
We woke up to no internet, no mobile network, no cable connection, a mini nation, like entire state was...
Indian region of Kashmir has seen the highest amount of media blackouts, I think, in the world, where the Indian government has cut off media, cut off internet connection, cut off connection from the world for an extremely extended time in Kashmir.
Was locked behind communication blockout.
Indian administered Kashmir has always been run as something of a police state since the 1950s. But the repression after the revocation of Article 370 and the carve up into two union territories surpassed all previous levels of repression.
6 years on, many Kashmiris say repression is still going on, which helps to explain the fear factor we mentioned earlier.
All the acts are monitored. I don't think there is free will, not even an idea of it. The government is silencing the people.
There have also been legal changes that have got some Kashmiris worried. For example, it's now easier for any Indian citizen to buy land, get government jobs, or vote in Kashmir. Some people think it's all part of a deliberate strategy by Modi's Hindu nationalist government to change the makeup of Kashmir by bringing in more Hindus.
There's a real fear in Kashmir now of demographic engineering, of land being taken away, and so kind of the implementation of a very explicit settler colonial project, similar to what we've seen Israel doing in Palestine.
Others say that's just not happening.
I live in Srinagar in Kashmir for part of the year, and there's no evidence anecdotally or otherwise, no hard evidence to suggest that there's been a demographic shift.
All this...
It never is. There never is. They do a really good job hiding the evidence until it's too late. That's the problem.
Brings us to a
That's
third
why you
layer in the
try
Kashmir
and stop
conflict.
fascism and
the different opinions that
shit like
Kashmiris
this,
have about everything that's going on. If we go back to the map, it can help to explain what the main viewpoints are on both sides of the line of control. So, broadly, on the Pakistani side, you've got a segment of people who are pro-Pakistan and another that supports independence from both Pakistan and India. On the Indian side, there's a pro-independence segment that's mainly concentrated in the Kashmir Valley. There's a pro-India segment, which is mostly in the Jammu region. And across both those areas, there are people who are pro-Pakistan. Now that's a pretty simplified way of looking at it, but the thing is, there's no recent, reliable data that shows us how many Kashmiris actually hold those different views. There is a poll from 2010, and one of its main takeaways was that no single proposition for the future of Kashmir would get majority support across the whole region. So the question of what Kashmiris want is hard to answer. But the point that many make is that they've never properly been asked. Instead, they found themselves caught in a geopolitical tug of war, shaped by decades of unresolved history and largely shut out of conversations about their own future.
The future we want is one where the people of Jammu and Kashmir are given the right to make their own political decisions. We're not treated as a piece of land that is to be claimed or controlled. We're seen as people with their own voice, their own identity and their own aspirations.
The problem is that we have never been asked anything. We are not someone who have a platform and we can come together and actually decide for our land what we want.
We explain all sorts of geopolitical stories on Start Here. Watch this recent episode about the Arctic becoming...
Okay, so the next story that we are going to cover is something extremely serious as well. Yeah, we are covering a lot of serious stories, one after the other, to be honest with you. By the way, okay, that was done. Yeah. So what we are going to cover next is actually quite a serious story where the BJ Pille, as Bliss likes to call them, had a government-backed, as far as we know, a government-backed, what's the word for it? Government-backed event. Yeah, sorry. Fuck. How did I forget event? Yeah. So the Bhajpille or whatever you want to call them, insert insulting name here. So they had a government event where there were demands for a Hindu Rashtra openly, mass conversions and deporting of 25% of Muslims. Absolute shit all. Like absolute shit all. Like you need to be blind at this point if you don't think this is a problem. Like seriously, they're using like Hindu gods to justify hatred. Like when did a Hindu god ever justify this much hatred? Like come on. Okay, so government-backed event demands Hindu Rashtra mass conversions and deporting of 25% Muslims. This is also comes with the heels of the Mohan Bhagwat saying that they do not need it does not need to be a constitutional thing, and India is a Hindu Rashtra. Bliss, if you're still here, can you please send me the link to it? It is on Twitter somewhere. It's getting quite famous, so it shouldn't be very hard to find it, but because I need to read this. Okay, demands for Hindu Rashtra and mass deportation of Muslims were raised at an event backed by the Union Minister of Culture and Delhi's Tourism Minister earlier this month. Union Ministers Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Shripad Naik and Sanjay Sheth, as well as the Delhi Tourism Minister Kapil Mishra. Kapil Mishra. He's imagine someone who's too idiotic to be in any position. That's what you would think of Kapil Mishra if you heard him speak. But I do not believe that he's that stupid. I think he's smart. He's playing to his strengths, spreading hatred. Even spoke at the Sanatan Rashtra Shankhand Mahotsav, whatever that means. Like at this point, I'm not even going to try to decipher what that fucking means. Which was organized by the Hindutva organization Sanatan Sanstha at the Delhi Bharat Mandap on the 13th and 14th of December. The demands were made at an event range from mass conversion of Muslims. So they are trying to do what they blame everyone for. We just saw earlier in this stream that they are blaming Christians for mass conversions. They blame Muslims for mass conversions, and this is what they want to do. Okay, hypocrisy is still a thing, right, in this country? Or no? They have given all kinds of shame and hypocrisy on this. To throwing away 25% of Indian Muslims outside the country and changing the constitution of India to make it a Hindu nation. Again, it's never going to be a Hindu nation, no matter how much Mohan Bhagwat talks about it, no matter how much anyone else talks about it. If India becomes a Hindu nation, it is it for India. I am sorry. No other country will deal with a Hindu-only nation because it is bad for business. Deport 25% of Muslims from India, impose population cap. Again, apartheid. This is literally an apartheid thing to say. On the speakers who focused on population in his speech was Suresh Chavhanke, owner of Sudarshan TV. Here are some of the statements he made. India will become an Islamic country because of population, apparently. Literally, the growth of the Indian Hindu has been exponential throughout the years. And they are India is going to become an Islamic country this way. Oh, come on. In democracy, only numbers matter. And you are not. You literally have the government. BJP, for what it is there for, I don't know, but it is a Hindu Rashtra liking government. You have been in power for how many? Like 13 fucking years? In 12 years, Hindu will be a minority in India. Ask ChatGPT. What the actual fuck? Like, the grave sin of using ChatGPT, first of all, and now this thing. Then why the world deals with Islamic nations? If they do, why won't they deal with Hindu nation? See, in the world deals with Islamic nations like Saudi Arabia, whatever, because they have oil, because international policy is not based on empathy. It is based on profit. If India becomes a majority Hindu nation right now, which already it is, but like the Hindu Rashtra, where like it becomes a complete apartheid state. It means that it is going to be unstable, and an unstable state is bad for business. Why would they deal with a country which is bad for business? Secularism brings in stability. They, from their mind, they pull where do they pull these stats from? From their asses. That is the answer to this. There is like, they do not have any backing whatsoever of information. We just, like last stream on Sunday, we just debunked an entire 20-30 minute segment of Sham Sharma show on the fact of Bangladesh. Go back to the stream and watch it. The video is going to be out with like properly clipped and whatever tomorrow, hopefully. The whole point of this is that they don't have information. It doesn't take much to become a right-wing influencer. It doesn't take much to become a grifter. They can just say whatever the fuck they want. In the last 12 years, Hindus will be in ChatGPT is apparently. Ask ChatGPT and the Queen says, we did ask ChatGPT and its answer is Hindus are not expected to become a minority in India in this century at least. Come on. Like even ChatGPT is correct about this. 25% Muslims in India presently are infiltrators, which is what we were talking about what they were talking about Bangladesh itself. Like, okay, they are Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, which is not true. This is not true. Muslims in India fought the freedom struggle. Their people fought the freedom struggle. All the Middle East is unstable? No, it's not. It's not all unstable, but they have their moments. And the instability comes from America. I'm more talking about like the Arab Emirates or whatever. So if you talk about some like Israel, for example, Israel in itself is unstable. Israel hasn't, like, it's authoritative, it's authoritarian. The only reason anyone deals with it is because of America. It doesn't deal with it because bots are smarter than Hindutvawadis. Yeah. So that is always true. Like no one is stupider than a Hindutvawadi. See, the thing with the Middle East is unstable. Look at, but its instability comes from America. When you're talking about like Saudi Arabia or Oman, they are supported by America, so they are not unstable, or even if they are still taken care of by America, more or less, because they had to deal with petrol, but now that is going away. What you should be looking at is how like trade deals happen within Africa, because they are unstable because of a lot of different reasons. Like because of ethnic cleansings and genocides, more or less pushed by like from like Sudan, like what is happening in Sudan right now. Yeah, I saw. Thank you so much. I was just in the middle of this, so I was just recorded in the brain. I was just like, okay, I'll thank her when we come to the video. So what is happening is, so look at Sudan. What is happening right now in Sudan? Do you think people want to trade with Africa right now? Because they are becoming more and more unstable. And instability does not lead to a better growth for countries. Who trades with Syria, Iraq, Iran, and Lebanon, except for Russia, maybe? Again, first of all, bombed the hell by America. One of the major reasons why they are unstable. Also, you will be surprised. They are not, like, they are majority Muslim countries, but not everyone is a Muslim over there. You would be surprised. What these guys want to do is they want to do an ethnic cleansing, which is different. Do you see Iranians doing an ethnic cleansing? No. Do you see Syrians doing an ethnic cleansing or Lebanese? No, they are not doing any of that shit. They tried to do it with the Kurdish before, but right now, no. That's why they get dealt with. And the only reason they get Israel, who's trying to do an ethnic cleansing and doing a genocide, gets dealt with is because of America, because you have to be nice to Israel or America won't talk to you. Because America really loves Israel. That is the difference. The difference, like, you can bring up countries in Africa. Like, would you as a country deal with Sudan right now? While the RAF, supported by the United UAE, is doing a genocide right now? Would you? No, you would not. You wouldn't have companies come in over there. You wouldn't manufacture anything because it's an unstable thing. They're trying to do that in India. You can be secular and have all of the goodies, or you can be a conservative country and have none of the goodies and have only religion. It is your choice. What do you choose? Because in India right now, after all of this bullshit that is going on, the unemployment is at the highest. The GDP per capita is at the lowest. You do not get paid. You can get fired at any point. All of the corporates are telling you, oh, you have to work 14 hours or you're bunk. Yeah, I know Arfa covered it. I saw it. We will talk about it later because I really don't have the time to go back now. Because again, I need to go. I need to be done with this within 30 minutes. Anyway, so what they like, look at your situation right now in India. You don't have money, you don't have the freedom, you don't have job security. The people line up at like 30,000 people line up for what? A job that is giving, that has 186 placements. You have people who have studied for years, PhDs and whatever, line up for jobs at the lowest level. Like, fuck hierarchies and fuck all of that, fuck understanding the socioeconomics of the country. All you want is religion. How is this going to get better if you actively start doing ethnic cleansing and genocide within India? How is this getting better at any point of time? You're not asking the right questions here. You're asking for something that is delulu. It is delusional to think that any of this is going to help the people of India. Like, unless you are rich already, none of this is ever going to help you, and it is only going to affect you negatively. You are delusional to think that any of this is going to improve your life. Ethnic cleansing, genocides are never improving anyone's life other than the rich, because they can make money out of it. That is the only reason why. And unless you are like an extremely rich person overall, it is not going to help you. I don't know, like your father might be an arms trader and he might be selling like arms secretly under the table to whoever the fuck, to all of these religious and ethnic groups. And that is the only way you're making money. Other than that, you're not making money. You will be the one suffering from it. Pisna tumhe hai. Because you are a normal person who is led to believe that, oh, for India to be prosperous, we need to be a Hindu nation. Ban 4 marriages and multiple children for Muslims. There should be a cap on 1 wife, 2 children on Muslims. You know why they have to mention only Muslims here and not just overall? Because in UP, which is the capital of highest amount of children per woman, there is like 6 children per person on average. For a Hindu guy, there is 2 for a Muslim. Polyamory, especially with like multiple wives, is more prevalent in Hindus, not Muslims, in India. And don't tell me, oh, Hindu thing is banned, like Hindu Marriage Act bans this. People do it anyway. You know it as much as I do. There needs to be a cap on the Muslim population. Why? Like, there should be a cap on all population in India because we are already like 1.4 billion. Like, one child policy should be for everyone. We are way too many. Not just Muslims. Every funky, like Hindus especially. Have you seen the population growth of Hindus in the last like decade? Exponential. Like, you will never be at a point where Muslims outnumber Hindus in India. Never. The government's first priority should be Jesus fucking guys. This is apartheid. By the way, this sentence is apartheid through and through. Like, I don't know how many times I'm supposed to say this. Hindus need to have more children. Why? They already have the most amount of children per woman per marriage, I think. Per marriage, debatable, because they have a lot of children outside of marriage. I will take care of their education. Oh, bhai sahab. You have been claiming you are going to take care of like BJP in general has been claiming, oh, we'll take care of like Kashmiri Hindus. Never happened. Kashmiri Hindus are crying like, oh, the government doesn't give a shit about us. They only used us as for like an tool. This is like, you can't take care of the people right now. Like education ki gaand mari hai. And now you are like, oh, Hindus need to have more children. We'll take care of education even more. Kaisa karenge? Sale jhoote sale ye. Those who are too old to have children should tell their children and servants to have children. Like, what the fuck? Like, kabhi bhi kam hai kya? Chakman associated another session in which we said he'll take care of killing of jihadis. Convert people out of fear of government. BJP leader and Supreme Court lawyer Ashwini Upadhyay called upon the government to carry out mass conversions of Muslims into Hinduism. Here are some statements. And how is this any different from all of the fears that Hindutva people have about Islam? Like, banna to Islamist hai inko. Inke ragora mein Islamist is going through and through. They just call it Hindutva now. Our country doesn't compromise Hindus and Muslims. It is Hindus and converted Hindus. Wah! Sabse bada chutiya to yahin pe. And those who have been converted, we have to reconvert them. Okay. People who have been converted once, can't they be converted again? Those converted due to fear of sword, won't they convert out of fear of administration? Wow. These people are born like into the religion, by the way. They are not converted out of fear of sword. Ye sab jhoot, like they are just peddling jhoot at this point. And peddling fear mostly. Those who converted due to what? Jizya. I don't know what that means. Can't they be converted due to fear of increased taxation? Again, two taxation system is prevalent within apartheid states. All mandirs, gurudwaras, Jain and Buddhist temples. Remember, Buddhists have been oppressed by the current administration and Hindus in general over the course of history. Jains, I don't really know. Gurudwaras, yes, also. The other people, maths. What the fuck? Hold on. Guys. The fuck is maths? What the fuck is this? Like, they literally wrote maths. Like, mathematics. Like, Kathava Chucks. I have no idea what that is. I'm not even going to bother asking. But what the fuck is maths? Do you guys, anyone know? Drop in the comments what maths is. Should become centers of Ghar Wapsi. See, all of these people here, like at least with Sikhs and Buddhists, have been oppressed by the Hindutwas. Don't tell them what they have to and can do and can't do. Because the first thing that's going to happen after Muslims are out is they're going to focus on the Sikhs and Buddhists and be like, Ghar Wapsi, you're Hindus now. Remove your pagdis and shit. You like cut off your like beards because apparently it looks too much Muslim. That is also a thing that Hindus do. If every Hindu converts one person, we'll able to achieve our target. Fuck these guys, man. This is apartheid at the end of the day. If there are many businessmen here, they can easily make their employees convert. Again, apartheid. Also, this is just illegal in every single country. If Ghar Wapsi happens, there will be no terrorism. That is not true. The RSS is a terrorist organization according to a lot of different sources. Literally a terrorist organization saying that there will be no terrorism. So like if Ghar Wapsi happens and everyone is Hindu, then RSS will stop working. That is why they're saying there's no terrorism. It's not the Muslims. You have to understand. It is the RSS. It is the Sangh that does all of this. No stone pelting because RSS will stop stone pelting if everyone is a Hindu. Food will be pure because RSS will stop mixing in shit. Okay, fine. People won't spit on your rotis. That is, first of all, like the whole thing was absolutely fucking stupid. It came out of like this like leader saying it. It's not even real. I'm pretty sure urinating on your fruits. I mean, RSS shit. Like, go outside. Everyone is urinating everywhere. This is fucking India. Defecating on your dal. That's again RSS. I'm sorry. Ashwini Upadhyay. Like, this is, every claim that they're making about Muslims and Islam in general is literally like, what's the word? I forgot this again. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I forgot the word. Someone remind me. Remind me in the comments. Yeah, that was an insert to do more comments. Okay, I have to try, okay? I have to push this forward. Anyway, so every single claim that they make is quite literally, again, I actually did forget the word, by the way. I'm not even joking. I actually forgot the word. Evidence? No, not evidence. Like such bolna. What is it called? Every single claim is what? I am serious here. If you know, like, text it right now. In chat. Anyway, look at villages where there are 2 households and converts surrounded by 10 households of Hindus. They can easily be reconverted. Wow. Again, that's pushing. People should reconvert others. The government should identify such people. Again, apartheid. This is quite literally apartheid. Like, sentence. Apartheid. We have a full package of reconversions. Tell Muslim women, come, you will get full rights. Wow. Literally, Hindu women don't have rights. And they want to give rights to Muslim women now, if they reconvert. Wow. Like, at least jhoot bhi bolna and at least say falsehoods that can be verified. Mass ghar waps, it is fucking, Jesus. These are fucking annoying. Rahul Dhawan on the Hindu Fund was another speaker who called for mass conversion of Muslims. Large-scale ghar wapsi is the only solution, he said. Devan has consistently been calling upon Hindus to become more missionary. Wah. And then RSS will have a problem. How do you say missionary? I'm telling you. In their efforts, in fact, he has even proposed conversion of Rohingyas and Bangladeshi immigrants into Hinduism. Like the guy, hold on. Like this guy. Where is this guy? Sannyur or something. This guy apparently is a convert. Dhawan has constantly, this is his pin post. The single most potent response Hinduism can give in all of problems, and that ails it, missionary Hinduism. Land, love, jihad will be defanged. Literally, jihad means struggle. Literally, you're doing jihad as well, by the way. Like, people don't understand. Like, it sounds so bad. Oh my God, jihad kar raha hai. Literally means struggle. Like, the dude is struggling. Like, jindagi mein struggle ho raha hai uska. That is what jihad is. That is literally what jihad means. Like, when you say jindagi struggle ban gayi, you're saying jindagi has been a jihad. They don't understand words, man. They don't understand what words mean. And they claim it like, oh, it's such a thing. Buy time for our fight to make constitution dharmic. That is quite literally what you call taking over the government in an apartheid state. That is what they're doing. Like, this is quite literally they're doing. Cow slaughter will be reduced. Fine. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. They are saying cow slaughter is going to be reduced as if cow slaughter has not been like their topmost thing that has been paying all the BJP pockets. Like, seriously. Not even joking. Where is this? I found this earlier. I even commented on this. Hold on. I posted a video from us. Like, oh, nice. I'll just put this up. Like, literally, when you're talking about cow slaughter, you can't be fucking serious about this. Like, cow slaughter will reduce while India is the second largest beef exporter, shipping 3.8 billion. Again, $3.8 billion worth of beef is shipped from India. How? Technically, it doesn't fucking matter. You check every single cow. No, there are gonna be cows in there. Like that is Gau Mata, man. That is literally Gau Mata, and तुमको मुंह पे चूतिया बनाया जा रहा है, and you still think this is, they believe this is cow. What do you think happens when a cow is old? Do you think a farmer keeps the cow? No, the farmer sells the cow. Because a cow, after she stops giving milk, is useless in India. Because they are not grown for meat. That's why they sell this off. Where do you think the cow goes? The cow goes to what? Eat trash by the road. If all of the cows are left off when they are old and they start eating trash off the road, like we will just have like cows with trash in their bellies. And all of the trash will be gone. There are so many fucking cows in India. What you see is probably like 2% of the cows that have been let go by people because they were too old and they couldn't take care of them because it's a money pit. The whole idea is that so basically when you call it Gau Mata, and when it gets old, what you're supposed to do is kick your Mata outside of your house and not take care of it. That is the message they're sending when you say, this is our Gau Mata. Or you sell it to an exporter. That's why you should not be doing this shit in the first place. But now while they're doing it, the whole idea here is that whenever you have Gau Mata, when she gets old, you sell it to the first beef exporter you see. Who do you think sells all these cows? Do you really think they're only doing buffalo meat? Like the sex ratio is that bad between cows and buffaloes that, India becomes the second largest beef exporter just based on buffaloes because like there is like 10 buffaloes to one cow. That is not true. Whenever you give birth to a calf, there's a 50% chance it can be a male or a female. So what do you do when you have a female cow? You kill it because it's not going to be very profitable to keep it if all of them are buffaloes technically. Legally as to what? Please continue. You're not going to kill then you're in like female infanticide. Is that what you're doing with your Gau Matas? Is that the reason why you're saying technically everyone is a buffalo? No, and what, again, also, I brought this up earlier as well in the last stream. You weren't there, I think. Just let it go into the wild. No, it's not in the wild. It's in the cities. They eat trash. They either get sold to a beef exporter or they go in for the trash. Like, this not Gau Mata. Just watch this again. I don't think you watched this. You weren't here for it. Is this not Gau Mata? No, Gau Mata is only one when you can cry about it on the internet. We were talking about the influencer shit. 25-year-old. 25-year-old. They're harassing 25-year-olds over a cow, man. You have to be serious. They just let go in the world. That is not fucking true. You know it is not true. Come on. You can't be that gullible on this point. They just let it go. Where do you think it goes? They let it go into a beef factory. I'm sorry. That is what happens. Cow slaughter is not going to be reduced. It is legalized already. What are you talking about? During a short, as is during the Shankhand Mahotsav, they once said that too many of the efforts of Hindutva activists were defensive and not offensive, which is a fucking lie, in nature. And he demanded that the constitution be changed to make India a Hindu Rashtra. Which is again, it is so fucking bad for India as a whole. Anti-conversion laws, bulldozer justice, love jihad, awareness. Only Hindus as AC mechanics and painters. Uniform civil code. These are the defensive strategies. What the actual fuck? Again, and they shit on me. When I say India is an apartheid state. However, Devan was critical of Hindutva organizations for not working towards Hindu Rashtra. Except Sanatan Sansthan, no Hindu organization is demanding Hindu Rashtra, not VHP, not Sangh. These guys are next level stupid. Now they are fighting between each other. They are calling for Akhand Bharat. What do they think Akhand Bharat is? Okay, I do not want to be talking about this thing. Come on. These guys are so fucking stupid. Let them fight. It's good for everyone. We will have Sanatan Sanstha versus VHP versus Bajrang Dal. Let's see who wins. If they mix ammonium nitrate in laddus, isn't every state an apartheid state? No. Like, not true. An apartheid state is what India is and what Israel is. It's when you differentiate between the minorities to the extent that by law you are segregating them. That is what an apartheid state is, and that is what India is heading towards. And it is quite literally becoming. We have laws that are not allowing Muslims to pray. We harass Muslims when they pray. We are harassing Christians when they pray. We are harassing every single minority out there. That is what institutes an apartheid state. And it is government backed, which is the worst part of this. And that is what more or less terms it an apartheid state. When shit like this happens in other countries, isn't China or US? Not right now. US is trying to be an apartheid state. China does not give a shit about religion overall. China gives a shit about talking against the Chinese party. That is different. That is not what you call an apartheid state. That is what you call more or less an electoral autocracy. It is okay. See, I think you don't know what the apartheid means. See, China, on the other hand, will shit on anyone who speaks against the CCP. That is not apartheid, because they are not shitting on people just because of their race or color or gender or caste. They're shitting on everyone who speaks against. Apartheid specifically involves talking, crying and oppressing people of a certain kind. Maybe by religion, maybe by skin color, maybe by caste. US, yes, it is going towards it under Trump. It is true. They are going towards it. India is far farther in that spectrum where we are nearly an apartheid state. We just haven't been called that yet. Everything else more or less is there. That's the difference. China is not going to be an apartheid state because it will oppress the Chinese if they speak against the CCP. It is just more political. This is religious or racist. However, Dhawan's speech was cut short during transmission, and it is not clear whether this was due to technical issues or disagreement with his views. Yeah, obviously. He's shitting on VHP. वो तो सबके पापा है ना? और एक बजरंग दल सबके पापा. I don't know. I don't know the structure of these right-wing motherfuckers. Chauhanke, who cleared the next session, said what happened in the previous session shouldn't happen. It is unfortunate that there are such disagreements between pro-Hindu people. Let them fight. Mission Hindu Rashtra. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's just fucking annoying. Speakers such as Mulek and of Shri Ram Sena claim thousands of temples have been converted to mosques and dargahs, which is not true. Ugir Correction Center in China. Again, maybe. But I don't think it is. I mean, there are claims right now, especially with Ugirs, and we will talk about it one day when there is more information, that we need to discuss how much of the Ugir issue is US propaganda versus how much of it is actually real. Because right now there's a lot of questions coming in against it. So, but for now, based on the information I know, I would agree with you that they are trying to oppress the Ugirs. Because based on that information which I know at this point. But it is tantamount to change. And yeah, I mean, sure. In that scenario, maybe. Again, I don't know. I haven't looked into China as much as I've looked into India. China is not my country. I mean, you want me to agree that, okay, China is also an apartheid, fine. I don't really fucking care. Mera kuch nahi jata hai yahan pe. I don't want people to suffer. That is my baseline here. What are you trying to catch me on? I am not like Chinese plant here. I don't get money from anyone. Milta to I wouldn't have this background and better lighting. I would have better lighting if I got money from people. Or better researchers and panelists and whatever. I would have panelists here if I had money. What the fuck, man? Are you really trying to catch me oh, he's not going to say shit against China? Fuck China. No, the point is every state is apartheid and some is suffering. I mean, not many people are suffering currently in Europe or Canada. I mean, they used to. Unka pura genocide ho gaya. see, the point is, it is so much worse in India right now that we have to talk about it because we are Indians. That's the whole point of this is. We also spoke about like Sudanese genocide. We will eventually at one point also speak about what is happening with the black people and brown people in America. Obviously, we're going to talk about it. Let us get there. This is like max 2 people, and like because Bliss is amazing. Like this whole entire conversation and entire whole thing is possible because I am doing this on my own and I have help from Bliss, and that is it. A proportion by the CIA to be factual, but if someone wants to claim Uyghur is a real issue, sure. Yeah, I mean, right now it doesn't matter. Like, fuck China itself. Like, I don't really care about China, like, whatever. I like the fact that they're socialists and that they do it for the people, where they are like, hey, we don't want to have homeless people in China, which is fine. I am not going to condone or say anything pro or against China at this point, or like condone or not condone. I don't, because I don't know much. I can only talk about India because India is my country. I have grown up saying like, India is my country. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I've grown up saying that. That's why I speak about India. You want to talk about how every state is a little bit apartheid? Fine, you can say it if you want. The point is that India is far worse in this metric than every other country. At least every other country that is deemed to be developing. That is the problem. And they want to make it more of an apartheid state. Like, this is straight up false. Like, this line is straight up false. Thousands of temples are converted into mosques. That is just not true. I'm sorry. It is just not true. On the other hand, thousands of temples were initially Buddhist temples. That is true. Like, it is horrendous how much these people lie. Anyway, we are going to go to the video. I have 15 minutes left and I think we have another thing to cover. So we are going to be very fast. How is India worse than? There is just talk in social space. Dude, have you been listening to the news at any point of time? People are literally being killed on the road because they thought a Dalit person was a Bangladeshi or was a Muslim. That's why they are being killed. What are you talking about? Have you seen any other country do this other than Israel? Any other, like literally any other country? Have you watched this so much? Like the amount of news that comes in, like someone was killed by the VHP, someone was killed by the Bajrang Dal, they harassed this one. We literally gone through how Christians were being harassed for wearing a fucking red hat for Santa Claus. The start of this. That's not... Where? In Australia. Also, that's not genocide. Oh, that is still ethnic cleansing and being an apartheid state. I have never said India is doing a genocide within like India. It is ethnically cleansing people. It is quite literally trying to replace it. It is trying to be a genocidal country. It is trying to create a situation where there is population exchange, where Muslims are removed from India. We just read they are claiming in a government-backed event that 25% Muslims need to be kicked out of India. How is that not this genocide? Because obviously they're going to kill people throughout. If not a genocide, fine, it's ethnic cleansing. How is that any better? Also, don't say yes, Australia. Australia is still better. Come on. And if you're going to talk about Bondi Beach right now, the guy was Indian. He had an Indian passport, as far as I know. What do you think Ghar Wapsi means? Ghar Wapsi, by definition, means ethnic cleansing of most. Like, they're literally trying to be like, oh, we need to convert as many Muslims into Hinduism. They have no idea if they were originally Hindus or not. They're just claiming it. And you think it's going to happen peacefully? Because people don't want to convert to a different religion. They want to convert people out of fear of government. How is that not an apartheid? It is religious apartheid. we can talk about, oh, maybe this is not a genocide, maybe this is a genocide, or whatever. It is an ethnic cleansing. Fine. Let's not say it's a genocide, it's an ethnic fucking cleansing. It is no better. And then there is Mohan fucking Bhagwat talking about this.
है वो है राष्ट्र हिंदू राष्ट्र घोषित नहीं करना है वो है
Yeah, this is not right because it's not. घोषित नहीं करना है कर है. This is bullshit.
ऋषि मुनियों ने उसको राष्ट्र घोषित कर दिया.
Yeah, Rishi Muni who literally don't have shit. What are you talking about? People have been saying that since independence. Does Australia right wing being horrible to minorities gives India carte blanche to the same? Exactly, Anu. Exactly, it doesn't. Dude, Roman, I have said this to you before. When you're saying something like this, again, you may be a bit behind. You need to be like saying what? Please explain so I can reply to you directly. I'm not going to go back into my mind for 5 minutes to think what you might be saying. And they have been saying what? It is ethnic cleansing against the Muslims. Don't you know what happened after 1947 during the migration of people? People were killed at the border for being Muslims. Like Hindutva groups did that. Why? Like they were leaving. Also, after independence, don't you know how much the divide has been increasing since then? Today, what we see is a culmination of all of that hate.
दिया है हिंदू शब्द आजकल कर वो किसी अधिकृत घोषणा का मोहताज नहीं है वो एक
It is. And this is so big for Mohan Bhagwat himself to say this because he can't even fucking define what RSS is. Is it a government organization? It is just a people doing apparently good shit according to him. It is just like a social organization because he has been changing the definition of RSS since the beginning and he has no idea what it is. But again, mostly because he wants to keep away from taxes. He's avoiding taxes by all of his comments with the RSS. He can't decide what RSS is. And now he's saying, oh, but I know what India is. India is a Hindu Rashtra. Fuck all.
एक सत्य है मानने से आपका लाभ है न मानने से आपका नुकसान है.
Oh, fucking please. Like, manne se is the worst thing that you can have right now on earth. Hold on. Why keep them forcefully together when they don't want to be together and people can divide? What? Hindus and Muslims, why keep them together when they don't want to? Okay. So basically what you're saying is we need to deport Hindutwas. Do it. Deport all of them. Get them out of this country. You can send them to Israel if you want. Anyway, they'll fucking love Israel. Send them to Israel. If that is what you want, send them to fucking Israel. I don't care. Like, exactly. Why are we keeping Hindutwas in India? Like, this is not a Hindu Rashtra. Get the fuck out. Like, literally get the fuck out. I don't give a shit. And don't give me, oh, there is no other country. There is Bhutan. Go to Bhutan. You have another country. Go to Nepal. Nepal is like very Hindutva. They were also like protesting against like Bangladesh. Why not go to Nepal? There is like who's the fucking guy? The Hindutva night is over there anyway. Go to fucking Nepal. Kailasha. Go to fucking Kailasha. Like literally go to Kailasha. The dude anyway founded Kailasha because he's a fucking rapist. Anyway, the Hindutva night guy is an alleged rapist. That's why he's hiding in Nepal. Go to Kailasha, go to Nepal. I don't care. Get Hindutwas out of India. No one gives a shit. They can live there peacefully in their Hindutva, whatever, chhatri. They can wear half chaddis every single day. They can wear half chaddi on half chaddi. I will not give a shit about anything. But as long as they want to live in India, they have to be secular. I am sorry. You are fucking shitheads if you think that India is a Hindu nation or a Hindutva nation or whatever, or Hindu Rashtra, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hell, half the people you consider to be Hindus are Dravidians. You can't live in India without the support of Dravidians. They are not Hindus. They run your fucking economy. The moment Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh say we want our independence, we are Hindu Rashtra and divide north from south, that's the moment their whole entire patch goes from being like the fourth largest economy to being like in the bottom one. They are lower than Pakistan and Bangladesh. They don't do shit. They don't get any money for India. They are supported excessively by the South, and that's who they are hating on. If you think I'm talking shit, go check out how much money is sent to UP and how much money is sent to the southern states. Check how much money is taken off from the taxes from the southern states and given to fucking UP. Go check. If you think I'm talking shit, go check. Anyway, this video is going to be cut later and I'm going to provide all of the information right here. It takes time. It takes a lot of my life to do it, but I still do it. So you will find out anyway, even if you don't check right now, if you rewatch this video later. Like per 100 rupees sent in taxes, UP gets, I think, 3 times, like 3 times or 4 times that much. Hold on, I'm just going to look for it quickly because I don't even want to bother putting in later. I'm just going to look and I'll show you. Return on taxes. Where is this? Yeah. So you have to excuse me for this going from Reddit for this because again, I'm not the study is like the budgets. No. You don't understand. What I'm saying is if tomorrow they want to make a Hindu Rashtra and then cut like right here, they are going to be the worst country in the world. Half of these people, they are talking about Hindus. They're not even fucking Hindus. They are Dravidians. Like, look at the difference here. For 100 rupees cents, Maharashtra gets 7 rupees. For 100 rupees cent in taxation. UP gets 333.2. That is 3 times how much they send. You cut this here and see how shit goes. Like they can have Gujarat. That is the thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about if tomorrow they want to make Hindu Rashtra, these people, I don't represent Dravidians. Dravidians themselves, they say, don't impose Hindi. We are not Hindus, we are Dravidians. I am not representing Dravidians here. I am just repeating what they have said. They are most... हाँ नहीं, तुम्हारा Varanasi का tourism पे you're basing this fact. Okay. The conversation ends there because apparently because they're visiting Varanasi, तुम्हारा tourism भी चला रहे हैं वो. Like your tourism also depends on South people and now you're claiming, oh, now they're Hindus because tourism. Yeah, go ask them if they're Hindus or they're Dravidians. पहला निकालते उधर से तुमको. Hell, I don't even believe like Maharashtrians are Hindus because Maharashtrians, like if being Hindus comes from speaking Hindi, Marathi is from Prakrit anyway. The point is the point is religion. We are talking about religion, right? Ask them if they want to be Hindus or they are Dravidians. They'll say they are Dravidians, and then your point gets puss. And then come talk to me, being like, oh, you're just talking shit about this. Really, like, again, first time that Dravidian is a religion. Okay. Dravidian is not a religion. Dravidian is not a religion. Obviously, it's not a religion. These are Dravidian people. Fine, go correct me then. Go post, like, after all of this, go post in the comments with your links on how I'm wrong. Go on the Discord server, post your links. If I am wrong, I apologize online. Talk to me about how Hindi imposition is going. Talk to me about how when Mohan Bhagwat says, oh, it's a Hindu Rashtra, he also means that we are imposing Hindi. Or he's not. Like, I can speak Tamil or Telugu. There shouldn't be any, like, he's only saying, like, it's Hindu Rashtra, but Hindi is only spoken in UP. Is he saying that? No, that's a very secular stance for them. They push Hindi everywhere. They are pushing Hindi in Maharashtra. Don't you know that? You have to take into consideration literally everything that is going on. And then no one wants imposition. That's stupid. What do you think Mohan Bhagwat wants? What do you think when he says it's already a Hindu Rashtra? What does he mean by that? Do you think they're going to stop at, oh, it's a Hindu Rashtra, so no Muslims, no Christians, and only Hindus? Do you think it's going to stop? If it was going to stop, that they wouldn't have been doing this shit in the first place. Why do you think every single state is crying about Hindu imposition? Maharashtra is crying about Hindi imposition. Tamil Nadu is crying about Hindi imposition. Karnataka is crying about it. They have already taken away Bihari. They call it Hindi now. Hold on. Give me a second. What the fuck do you think Hindi imposition is? Anyway, I'm going to move forward. I don't have much time on my hands. It's already at 4 minutes. Are beating people for what? Dude, post the information link on Discord. Or you have the link there. You can post it on Discord or you can post it in the comments. Right now, I really don't have much time on my hands. We have to talk about something extremely important right after this. Anyway, so, yeah, we have okay, listen now. Listen, this is actually listen, okay? Roman, listen. For 5 seconds, because the next thing that's coming up is actually something you don't want to miss out. There is a literal protest going on in Assam over this information is not available, okay? This information is not easily available. This is just coming out.
Breaking news now coming in from Assam, where there has been violence in Khaironi. This is
Khaironi. The issue with Khaironi right now is that they are protesting for the last 4 days. They were doing a hunger strike. Then what happened was, it was rumored, I don't know, there is not much news on this. I can't say much. There was a rumor, I think that's what some of those outlets are saying, that some of these people who were doing a hunger strike had gone really, their health went from bad to worse. That's why there was
in a West
clash
Karbi,
between police and Assam.
And there has been violence
Khaironi's
there.
people.
This is to do with encroachment of tribal land, and there's been stone pelting.
Also, the whole protest initially is going on because there was people from, I read a source, news source. This is not confirmed because none of these people are ever mentioning anything here. Like, they are claiming, the protesters are saying that there has been encroachment on their grazing land that has been given to them for the tribal land for grazing and their work as farmers, as tribals or whatever. There was encroachment by Biharis, by UP people, because they moved there a while ago. And now, since then, there have been protests, recurring protests by tribals saying that this is our land, this is encroachment, this was given to us. They haven't moved out. And now this has gotten violent. I am actually very sorry. We did not know this was going on and we did not cover it when the hunger strike started in the first place.
against the police. Some vehicles have also been set on fire. Additional security forces have also been put in place. This is West Karbi Anglong of Assam, where this violence has taken place. The area has also been tense yesterday as well. At least 3 people and paramilitary police were injured as the situation in the district has turned extremely volatile. Well, for more on the situation, let's now go across to my colleague Ratnadeep, now joining us for more. And Ratnadeep, what is the situation like right now? And tell us what has really led to this anger and protests in the area.
Well, the situation remains tense. However, police sources do tell us that they have been able to hold the situation under their control, given the fact that this has started since yesterday, when there were pitched battle between the police and protesters from the Karbi tribal groups. Now, for past couple of days, they were on hunger strike, asking for eviction drive from the the protected areas, the VGR and the PGR land under 6th schedule. Remember, Karbi Anglong is a 6th schedule area where you have a Karbi Autonomous Council, which looks after the local affairs. So therefore, in these areas, the land rights are with the tribal people, and the non-tribals cannot buy land. And there have been allegations of non-tribals, being there in the 6th schedule areas, encroaching upon land which are exclusively meant for tribal people. So therefore, land rights have been a major issue which has been boiling for some time, and there were hunger strikes happening, and after that
not sometimes, literally years.
Once there were skirmishes yesterday that led to actually the mob torching the ancestral residence of the chief executive member of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Tulilam Ronghang. And yesterday at night also there were torching of shops of non-locals or non-tribals. And in fact, after that, what we saw today is that there were the DGP of the state has been camping there. Senior ministers have reached there. They were talking to people from both the tribal and non-tribal communities to try to calm down the situation, but we did see that a mob then pelted stones on police personnel. Several police personnel have sustained injuries, and there were visuals that has come to us where several motorbikes have been torched. So therefore, there is a sense of tension there. Although since yesterday there is indefinite curfew in the area, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has said that they're monitoring the situation. At this moment, what we have been given to understand, the situation is under control but extremely tensed otherwise.
Overall speaking, the situation is still under tense. Like the tribal people are not given the rights as usual. This government does not give a shit about tribal people. They have been encroaching on tribal land from the start. This, I don't know, has been a considered effort to take over that land. I don't know. I have no information whatsoever because none of the information outlets are saying anything. If you are someone who is currently in Assam, who is currently within the midst of this, do let me know. I would really like more information on this topic. And please spread the message if there is something of the sort, because we still need to talk about this. There is 8 people have died, I think. Police personnel have died. Police personnel were injured. People are under extreme pressure. Anyway, that is my time. This is all. It's quite late right now. Thank you for coming. I have to go. Good night. I will see you on Thursday, hopefully. If I am not in for the whole Christmas thing, we will see. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. Good night. Have a nice evening. Shabba khair. See ya.